Hello, this is Rachel Elizabeth Bender. She turned 5 in October. This is my daughter. This is my son Luke. He's 8. He turned 8 in January. So what brought me to the Diaper Bank was my outreaching, actually from contacting the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America and other companies and charity organizations like United Way. They ultimately led me to you, and then when I had met with you, you opened your arms with diapers for us, which I needed. That basically is how we first met, and I've appreciated your help ever since. Rachel does too.
You know, I remember when I first met you and got to hear a little bit of your challenges. The one situation I was just so overwhelmed by was the fact that your daughter, at certain times of challenging medical situations, was going through between 15 and 18 diaper changes in one day. That was very overwhelming for me because I know the expenses of diapers in a situation like that, when we were adding them up, was between $400 and $600 a month just on diapers alone. So when you shared that with me, I remember you were sharing one night how traumatic this is with your family, with a night when Rachel is having something like a meltdown in her,
yes.
in her little system.
About a year ago this time, I was working with the gastroenterologist out of All Children's in St. Petersburg, and he's Rachel's specialist, and he was in fact the one asking me, well, the frequency, how often did she go? The peak, it was 22 times was the highest. I had to count so that I could report back with him on the visits. That was a very down moment for the family, and
so
there really wasn't much.
22 diaper changes in one day.
One day, right. And
it's got to be very overwhelming.
It takes a lot for a family to, well, I search my soul and ask God for the strength every day. What did you say when you saw this box of diapers? Do you remember what you told Daddy?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What else did you say? I thought I heard you said, I love that. Why don't you, that's what Rebecca provides us. So I've gone to reach out to a lot of charitable organizations, and what I feel is unique about Rebecca is her heart is pure, and it's true. In conversation, I've run across so many people that are so stone-faced, and it's fill out a form, or you don't fit into this basket, or unfortunately, Mr. Bender, your family has fallen into what we call a crack. And I said, I've never heard of this term, a crack. Well, you know, you don't make enough here, you may make too much over here, we don't have the right form. When it comes to Rebecca, Rebecca embraced our family immediately. She understood my need, she accommodated for me, and if nothing else, there needs to be more out in our community, understanding that there are those individuals that are dedicating their lives, like Rebecca Hines, for the benefit of my little girl. Please come forward. Please give the diapers so that she can do her job in her ministry. Sometimes in life you have to make a decision what path you take. And I think myself there was a lot of resistance at first. I can tell you that Dr. Churchill, the orthopedic, that said, oh, we know what your daughter has. She has juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. And my next thought was, okay, what cabinet do you go to, and what pill does she take? And they turned to me and said, oh no, it's not like that. It doesn't go away and there's no cure. That was a defining moment in my life. And from that point forward, then I knew that my job was to be the mainstay of the house and let him navigate the ship.
How can we not help, be a part of helping you to do what you do best, and that's just plain be a dad. You know, that's all we want to do, is we want to offset some of your pressure just with something as simple as diapers, so that you can just be a dad, Kathy can just be a mom, and just love on your kids and do what you need to do. To me, that's what this is all about. The reason why we're doing this little documentary is because When I started this diaper bank, I did not have any idea that there's families like Mark and Kathy's daughter out here, Rachel, who has to have these diapers provided for them. We had no idea of the expenses that these families go through. They live in their homes, taking care of their children, just like all of us do, wanting to provide a good, safe home, a good environment, a healthy environment, without all the extra expenses that some of these families have to go through. We want what's best for our families. And what happens is we come across a family like this, they spend their entire existence taking care of their children, taking their children back and forth to doctor's appointments, selling everything that they can possibly sell just to be able to come up with the money to be able to provide something so simple as diapers for their daughter. This is why we're doing this, is because we want the community to know that there's families that are out there struggling on such a high level that we can't even understand. So doing this, we're hoping that people like you out there will see these families, see their needs and their expenses, and how we as Destiny Diaper Bank is providing this need just to help these families to offset some expenses with diapers so that they can pay for a medication such as this medication that Mark and Kathy have to give their daughter that's $90 just for one injection. So if we can help do this and you can help provide some financial support and donate to Destiny Diaper Bank, that is what we're here for. We don't receive any income for doing this ourselves. We're completely a volunteer charity that helps these families. What we're here today doing is try to give you a little insight as to what these people are going through. Can you please help us so that we can help families like Mark and Kathy that has to help their daughter to do the best they can to provide for their daughter, just for something simple as diapers. $125 a month will provide diapers for a single family. $400 to $600 a month is what they would have to pay for diapers. Can you reach out with just $25, $50? What is the biggest amount that you can provide for us so that we can provide for them? Thank you.